Ukrainian Riot Police and Interior Ministry troops are continuing their storm of the permanent protest camp on Maidan. I think that you can see behind me the smoke coming up from the tent city. Several tents have burned, but a large section of Independence Square is still occupied by the protesters. It's estimated that there are at least 10,000 of them there, prepared to defend the square. They've been listening to messages from political and religious leaders on the stage, telling them to stay put and stay peaceful. That said, reports from somebody who just came up from the centre of the square told me that protesters are preparing to defend it using paving stones. They've been breaking up the paving stones of the square with a view to throwing them at the police. And as I think you may even be able to see, they have been throwing fireworks at the police. There is a sentiment here that right now the regime has decided to break up this protest once and for all, and that therefore all means necessary are valid in order to try to defend the square. There's also a lot of debate raging as to how the violence started this morning. Certainly protesters were trying to push past police that were blocking access to the Ukrainian Parliament, but it was after the Ukrainian Parliament refused to debate changes to the constitution that had been put forward by the opposition that things really kicked off. A lot of people in the opposition are saying that there were provocations from the riot police who started throwing stun grenades. Of course, those can't be confirmed. Whether or not the protesters themselves went beyond simply trying to push past the police and started throwing Molotov cocktails before the police had already started attacking them, that's a matter for great debate. Certainly Interior Ministry troops that I've just been speaking to at the entrance to the square, and who are exhausted and wounded, they absolutely blame the protesters for not pursuing violence rather than peaceful protest as they claim. But the majority of people who have been protesting on Independence Square for nearly 3 months now have insisted that this has to be an absolutely peaceful protest, and it's the intransigence of Viktor Yanukovych and his government that they say is to blame for the escalation of violence that we've seen today.